Might honestly be, because making it heavy does not seem to really do much for me. 3 extra damage, probably not worth. And I'm sure it has a completely different two-handing moveset. Alright. Well, in any case, I want to try this out for just a little bit. I'll probably end up switching back because, like I said, the Dark Sword is super overpowered. It's probably the best one-handed weapon you will find in the game, to be honest. So I'm going to get used to my range with this thing now. Let me just see. So if I want to hit... Okay, please, game. So if I want to hit these soldiers, can I hit them from here? No. Okay. So I was standing about here when I tried that. So let's take a step forward. There we go. So when I swing, I do take a step forward. So if I know I can hit him from here, I can probably step back 1 step. No. Okay, so let's see. I'm about 3 character lengths away. That hits. I'm about 4 character lengths away. Okay. I kind of know my range a little bit now. So I can definitely outrange some guys now. That's cool. I am going to be swinging slow. I'm going to get used to that real quick. You're going to breathe fire, so down I go. And another chunk. Alright. Yeah, this is the part of the game where it just starts vomiting chunks at you. Because they really, really want you to have that plus 10. Or at least a plus 9. Wow, it went straight through the building. Cool. Again. Okay, I've got to really play cautious here. Okay. Cool! Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I really shouldn't be switching my weapons in arguably the hardest part of this next area. That's what I've learned. Alright. So when I test this thing out, I'm going to test it out against not a group of mob enemies, because this is not the right kind of mob for this weapon. Nah, I might try it out against the thing that's after them, that kills me all the time. Just for fun, but that is super risky because it's super aggressive. So this, I know I'm going to lose some damage with this sword, but you know what, I'll take the safety. Because I can guarantee you I'll do this no problem with this sword. So the actual danger here isn't so much the Lloyd's Talisman. It's the fact that there's like 50 of these guys. I just got combo to that. That's why this area sucks. I want to kill that guy first, and then these 2 guys give me a bad day. Well, there's 2 deaths. Granted, one of those was kind of expected. Okay, now let's play for real. Now let's actually play the game. Let's not just fuck around and be overconfident. Let's just play the game like a real hero would. Which is to say, run past... No, I'm not doing that. I'm not running past everything. I kind of need to get into a room not that far from here, and they're definitely going to follow me into it. Okay. Heal up to full health for attack bonus. And now let's scum it out. Four hitter. Alright, now we're in the clear. Probably gonna get Lloyd's Talisman. But that's fine. because I will just walk around here and deal with him promptly. So down there is the enemy that's probably going to get me killed. As you can see, this Dark Sword, I'm way more comfortable, but I know exactly what I can do with this shit. I know my ranges. I know what I can and can't do. My stamina isn't getting drained from each swing. But like I said, I'm gonna humor you guys and try it out against an enemy that is probably gonna get me killed. This is where I die. Guaranteed. Guaranteed this is gonna get me killed. Nope, I can stagger him. Okay, rolling away from him, bad idea. He missed. Being able to stagger him? Super useful, actually. Super fucking useful, wow. So you just saw the strength of the broadsword, and the ability to stagger enemies. Unfortunately, there's not nearly enough enemies in the game that warrant using this thing that gets staggered. But against the big guys, that might be useful. If I can stagger those things, I'll keep that in mind. These are mimics, by the way, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, not even this one. Or that one there. It's all normal chests. And it's basically filled with shit that says, upgrade your weapons, bro, this area is hard. Alright. So you managed to show off the advantage of that. Didn't end up dead, and I still have a lot of flasks. Perfect. So here's the danger. And this is for absolutely nothing, mind you. Like I said, the danger. He has a great sword too. He is most certainly not afraid to use it, mind you. And I could probably cheap him out very, very strongly. So let me do that real quick, because I'm not fair. Followed me. Sadly. No, he definitely did not. So I'm going to go up here, because it's actually a little bit safer than being down there. You'll see what I mean. Because this entire area down there is a trap and filled with stuff that explodes when it's hit air bombs. It's kind of a dick trap. But in any case, here they come. There goes that guy. He's gonna stay down there throwing fire bombs. Good place for him. I believe there's actually not many mimics left in the game. That's not Lloyd's talisman, so you're dead. That guy did not climb up. Alright. I think he's the only one left, so we should be safe to run down here and fight him. This area in particular is the dangerous one. Alright. So like I said, if you came down here and tried to get that stuff, you would be blown up all kinds of ways, because there's like 5 firebomb tossers in this room. Or at least 5 enemies that will toss firebombs if you're far away. And then the danger here is Bellringer. And all that for a Titanite scale. And the treasure chest. What's in the treasure? We'll find out after I kill these guys. Pale pine resin. Okay, I did hit the chest, so maybe I'll show off that Lloyd's Talisman trick. So let me show you guys a little trick that people use to farm stuff and to kill mimics. This has existed in pretty much every game. I know it was in Dark Souls 2, I just never did it. That's how you get the treasure without fighting them. And he's done. And what that does is every time you hit it with the Lloyd's Talisman, wherever its drop will be, shows up in its mouth to loot. And there's always a chance that from killing mimics you can get the Symbol of Avarice, and it's a guaranteed drop when you kill the final mimic in the game. But I mean, if you kill every mimic in the game, the last one always drops the Symbol of Avarice. It's been like that in every game. So the thing is, if you want to get it early, you can Lloyd's Talismans those chests, because it, for some reason, counts it as getting the item. So it's basically like getting multiple chances at getting the Symbol of Avarice early. Completely pointless for me, because I'm not really doing farming. But it's there, and it does exist. That knight already found me. Damn. Well, he's not going to get to me from there, so I'm absolutely not worried about him. Well, I am worried about those over here. Well, it turns out these dragons were kind of corrupted to begin with. Let me just hit these. That didn't do anything. Fantastic. Wasting fire bombs, the game. So the fun fact about this one is you can actually pretty much get right inside him and be immune to most of his attacks. And he's done. Not overly dangerous. Titanite chunks and embers. I don't think you can actually kill the dragon normally, but once you kill one and trigger that, it automatically triggers the other one to also enter that state, so it will no longer use its fire breath attack on that bridge, which means this entire bomb area is a completely fair game. I never really pointed it out before, but the trap of this area isn't the one gold dragon, it's the silver dragon. He's actually from earlier on in the area. Remember the first dragon we saw in the game? This is him. If you try to kill him earlier, you get him to about 75% health and then he runs away to over here. If you never bother killing him, he just runs away to over here. Whenever you get this far in the game. And that's the death trap. Just having to deal with that dragon. So as you can see, most of the items down here were just embers and other assorted knickknacks. Nothing really great or amazing. But yes, this dragon is definitely dead. I don't even think he's really hiding anything under him either. Yeah, his hitbox is completely gone. And I believe it remains that way until you defeat the black thing attached to his foot. So I'm going to go around the long way, because we are about halfway through this area. We're halfway to the shortcut, but getting there is going to be a little bit of a pain, especially if I want to clear out this cathedral and get all the items. I think I might be missing an item where that dragon was too, so let me just check that landing real quick. Should always check your landings. Yeah, 'cause the dragon was up here. Nothing? Okay. Good to know I wasted my time for nothing. God, this next boss is going to be a bitch and a half with the lag. Because you fight him on the bridge that I like to call Game Randomly Crashing Bridge. Which, thankfully, I don't think that'll happen anymore, but... like, it was a pretty legitimate problem for a while. Yeah, even looking that way is just bad for my game. Okay, so that guy's turned around. Or do you all just sneak up behind him? Got him. Well, the danger's over. Yeah, you have no one to buff, so goodbye. Yeah, the lag is real. It is the most real it's ever been. Come here, you. And you're done. Your extra damage and regen will do you nothing. So there we go. Pulling that lever opens this gate here, which is the first shortcut in case you die, which is very possible. But thankfully, I think I've killed every enemy now between me and the real shortcut of this area. Which I will then promptly send down and probably ignore going down for now. Alright. There's your boss. And up here there's a few branching paths before the boss. The most important one here is this shortcut elevator. Which, as I said, I will be sending down. And hopefully it does what I want it to. There's also this door here. It's closed. For the longest time I wasn't sure how to open that. Because I just looked down there and was like, hey look, I can fight that thing. I completely missed this ladder my first time. This ladder is a useful tool for getting into that door. But more than that, it's also the place of a very annoying little ambush that will probably get me killed, as ambushes tend to do. So welcome to an Orlando Archer Bridge, number 2, featuring Axeman. Everyone's favorite Axeman. So here's the deal. Take a step forward. He's not exactly the smartest, and he also can't use the lyre. And that's why I won. Like I said, the lag in this area is really real. And it's really bad at this particular spot, for whatever reason. So that's the best way I've discovered to beat that entire encounter without dying. Hang out on the ladder, wait for the guy to drop, plunge attack him off the ladder, and then kill him, climb back up, deal with the archers. It's completely safe. There's nothing in this room. Besides, from a really useful ring. The Night Ring. Which is another ring I missed my first time through because I just never went there. So now all that stands between us and the door over there is a man with a greatsword. And a greatsword who thinks he's better better at his job than he actually is. Yeah, reinforce it. I dare you. Yeah, poise through that, bitch. I'm probably gonna level up before I go to the boss too, by the way, because, yeah. Some more scales. More important than scales is the Altar of Sunlight. Praise the sun. You can offer some sunlight medals. I don't have that many, so I won't bar. Because I think Covenant progress gets reset when you start New Game Plus. Which means if you're going to do your Covenant shit, you may as well do as much of it as possible in your first playthrough. If not all of it. You know, assuming you don't lose your chance for Mound Makers, which is easily something that can happen. Because with Mound Makers, if you miss it the first time and then you join Rosaria's Fingers and do stuff with them, you lose out on Sirius, which means you lose out on that entire side quest with the Mound Makers. If you missed the Covenant before. Which I think a lot of people missed that Mound Maker's Covenant their first time through the game. Or at least missed the first opportunity for it. So there's an elevator down here. It doesn't move. There's some tricks to this elevator. We're not going to see those tricks for their 3 hours of gameplay, probably. At least 2 hours. This area is massive. And it loves to lag. And the red Tearstone ring, everyone's favorite ring. Those of you who haven't played Souls games before, let me show you the effect. The ring everyone loves, boosts attack when HP is low. Speedrunners use this shit when they are so confident in their abilities, they're like, lol, I can take this. And they just let themselves fall to below 30% health. I think in the first game you have to be below 10% for it to kick in. So you just run through the game with almost no health. As you're one to do. So you just sit there with no health, you run through the game, and you take like the 30% damage boost from that ring all the way to the bank and just defeat every boss with it. Pretty cool trick. And all that for Kaitha's Chime. And a texture that honestly looks like it was never finished, and they still haven't patched it. Maybe one day, FromSoft. Maybe one day. But in any case, I don't feel like fighting those guys again, so... Huh. I was pretty sure I killed them too. Did I not? Or was that a different run? Oh yeah, that's right, I never killed them, I just kited them. Oh well, in any case... I'm gonna go cash in these souls, then we'll take that elevator that I sent down, and we'll try out this boss.